12s. I hope you are all good. Please, before we go through this lesson, may you please kindly subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also please look into my previous video where I discussed grade 11 concepts, depreciation, simple interest, and compound interest, also using timelines, also the effective and nominal interest rates. In this video, I'm going to focus on future and present value annuities. Before we can go through the questions, I'd like to recap with you. You have to know what is a future value annuity. This type of annuity, they normally use it when you need money after a certain period. That's why it's called future. When you need money in the future, and then you start saving and do your savings and so on. That is future value annuity. And it is also applicable to the sinking funds. Sinking fund is like when you, it's normally for companies, actually. Yeah, it's actually for companies, and also when you want to have a company but you do not have funds, so you set up a sinking fund for a certain period, so that after that number of years, then you have a certain value of money which you can use to start your business or and so on. So that is where we use a future value annuity. The formula for it is FV, future value. Future value is equals to X 1 plus I exponent of n minus 1 all over I. That is the formula for it. And where X represents your monthly payments or quarterly payments, it depends. And then your I, just like in your simple interest and your compound interest, is your interest. Then the N is the period. So there is also a formula for what is this for, to when you want to calculate the number of payments. It's simply X is equals to the future value multiplied by the interest. It's like when you are cross multiplying. How cross multiplier? It will be in nayalo. So, and then mutlasi that whole bracket here class, which is 1 plus I exponent of n minus 1. That is the formula for the payments. Then we have what is known as a present value annuity. This one is normally used when you need money right now. When you need money now, what do you do when you need money now? You borrow money. So when you borrow money, that's usually the loans. So we use it's a present moment. You are desperate and you want to do this and that, so you need money now. So it means it is a present value annuity. So there's also a formula for present value annuity, which is PV. Future value is FV, and then present value is PV. Is equals to X 1 minus 1 plus I exponent negative n all over I. You also have to know that X is the payments, I is the interest, and then n the number of payments. Then there's also a formula for calculating the payment, which is X is equals to PV. It's like that one, PV multiplied by I all over that whole bracket. The square bracket becomes your denominator, 1 minus 1 plus I exponent negative n. Guys, when you know these two types of formulas or formulae, you are set. And also they will provide this formula in your information sheet, so you are set. But for the payment, you have to know the formula. Let's continue. Let's go to the questions. The first question: a building contractor sets up a sinking fund to be able to replace his trucks in 6 years. Guys, please make sure you underline the important information. The first payment of 2,000 rand is made in 1 month's time. Guys, there's this thing whereby the question says in 1 month's time. It means that person has set up a sinking fund, but they will pay in 1 month's time. So the number of payments will not be affected. But now when they say the person pays immediately, it means your payment. Let's, for example, if there were supposed to be 240 payments, in 1 month's time, it remains like the 240 payments. But when they say immediately, it means you add another month, then it will be 241 payments. So be careful of this thing. So let's move on. In 1 month's time, and then the last payment is made at the end of 6 years. The interest is 9.6%. So it means compounded monthly, how much money will be in the fund. So they want the future value. It means they are looking for the future value. It means that the 2,000 is the monthly payment. They said to you the first payment is made in 1 month's time, which is the payment of 2,000 rand. So it means your monthly payment is 2,000 rand. Then what is happening? The interest rate, which is the I, is 9.6%. So I'm not going to say percent and then divide by 100 and do all this type of calculations. I'm just gonna say 9.6 divided by, I check my compounding period, which is monthly. So I'm going to divide by 1,200 rand. So not rents, I'm sorry about that, 1.2. So it's 9.6 over 1.2. Others are asking, how come did I write 9.6 over 1.2? It's simply 9.6 over 100 because it's a percentage, divided by 12 because it's monthly. Then it's 9.6 over 100 multiplied by, remember it's 12 over 1. When I change the division to become multiply, it will be 1 over 12. Then it's going to be 9.6 over 12 times 100, it's 1,002. So I simply just say 9.6 over 1.2. I just put the zeros in my denominator, and then I just get that percent. Then my n will be 6 multiplied by 12 because it's monthly, which is 72. Then I simply use my formula. I'm looking for future value, the money that will be in the fund at the end of 6 years, the future value is equals to, I can write the formula, 1 plus I exponent of n minus 1 over I. I'm sorry about this, let me make space. All right, and then what do I have? Let me just not put the rents here. It's 2,000. 1 plus my I is 9.6 over 1.2 exponent of 72, which is my n, minus 1 all over 9.6 over 1,002. Then I punch in my calculator. I punch in my calculator and we'll get the answer of 193,709, comma 08. That is my answer. So the money that will be in the fund after 6 years, at the end of 6 years, it will be 193,709 rands and 8 cents. I don't know if it was simple. I don't know who I did watch later, but now that's it. That is it, Bahai. So let's look at the second one, the second example. Ibuaka Mr. Mahlaba plans a holiday to South America for him and his family in 4 years' time. Here's a period. N is 4. This is your N. Considering the inflation, he estimates that he is desperate, he will need this at the end of 4 years. He needs that money at the end of 4 years. Calculate how much he will need to save. Okay, be careful. Each month, if the rate is 8%. So, Mr. Mahlaba needs to save. So, you ask yourself whether it's future value or present value annuity. It's future value because he will need this money after a certain period. So he needs to save to get this money. So it's future value. So the future value there, he will need this money, which is 160,000. And then the interest there is 8%. So I'm going to say what? 8 over 1,002. Then my N is 4. Also, I'm going to multiply by 12. Then I get 48. Let me just check. It's 48. So he will need to make 48 payments. Okay. And then what again? I have to find how much he needs to save each month. So the formula is what? The formula is, remember, there is a formula for payments. So you start with X. X is equals to future value multiplied by the interest all over 1 plus I exponent of n minus 1. Then the future value is 160,000 multiplied by the interest, which is 8 over 1,002 all over 1 plus 8 over 1,002 exponent of 48 minus 1. Then you punch in your calculator. You punch in your calculator to get the answer of you must put the rents in your final answer, please. 2,839, 40 cents. You can put the C there. Yeah. So Mr. Mahlaba needs to save this amount to get to that amount, the future value. Next question. All right, Mr. Falibangwa's buy. Okay, Mr. Falibangwa, I made a mistake. Mr. Falibangwa, not Bangwas, buy a holiday home at a cost of 700,000. Interesting. Okay, they pay 100,000 in cash and take out the home loan for the balance. The interest rate is 14%, compounded monthly. So this one, they are taking a loan. They are borrowing money. So it means it's present moment. It's a present value. So it means now, but now be careful. They said they pay 100 600,000 in cash. So it means you're going to say what? You're going to say 700,000 minus 100,000. We want to see what is the remaining amount for the loan. So they paid already 100,000, so it's going to be 600,000. This balance is for the loan. Adima this amount. So they have to pay monthly payments for this amount, for this 600,000. So it means the loan can be repaid in over 25 years. So it means your interest is going to be 14 over 1.2. Your N is going to be what is your N? 25 multiplied by 12, which is what? Which is 300. Yeah, it's 300. So it means Mr. Falibangwa has to make 300 payments. And then remember, this is your PV. You are going to solve for the monthly payment X. So the formula is, let me just use this page. The formula is, what is the formula? PV. Remember, it's monthly payments. I'm sorry. It's X is equals to PV multiplied by I over what? 1 minus 1 plus I exponent negative N. Then your PV is 600,000 multiplied by the interest, which is 14 over 1.2 all over 1 minus 1 plus 14 over 1.2 exponent of negative 300. Then you punch in your calculator to get the monthly payment. Okay, the monthly payment will be 7,222.57. So Mr. Falibangwa and the family will need to pay this payment, this monthly payment, over 25 years to get to pay off this loan. Wonderful. Next question. How much would they need to repay each month if they decide to repay the loan over 15 years? So it means what only changes is the period, 15 years. Your N will change, 15 times 12. So they want to see how much they will pay if they decide to take this loan for 15 years. So 15 times 12 is, they mean if they make 180 payments. So it means you're still going to solve for X. X is equals to not X. Remember, they have monthly payments. Here we need to know how much they will need to. It's still here. Yeah, I'm correct. Sorry, I'm correct. It's X we want to know. So it's PVI 1 minus 1 plus I exponent negative N. Then we still use the very same value because we want to see if only the period is affected. So it's going to be 600,000 multiplied by 14 over 1.2 over 1 minus 1 plus your I is 14 over 1.2 exponent of negative 180. Only N changes. Then we check what is your X value. I'm sorry. Okay, then they will pay 7,990,45 if they decide to reduce the period of the payments in which they make their payments. Good. How much would be paid in total if the loan is over 25 years? We want to know how much they would pay, because these loans, the loans zena o tla botsaya selo ka loan, and then you must know already, you must expect gore you are going to pay more than what they have granted you. What gore you're going to pay more than the loan eba go fileng yone. That's what you must expect. So let's see gore loan ena we patela bokae. So it's going to be for 25 years, ne? So you're going to use that monthly payment 7,222.57 multiplied by, then you multiply by the number of payments. So in total there will be 300 payments for 25 years. Then it is found that they will pay about, for this loan, Mr. Falibangwa and the family will pay about 2,166,771 rands. That is what they will pay. So after 25 years, ke tšhelete tla ba e patetse e mo loanong e. So the loans they assist us because of we need money urgently. We need money right now. We need some things right now. So that hence we do not have a choice but to borrow. But now e re affecta yang a re bone gore o patetse how much more. I want to see 2,166,771 minus the loan was 600,000. Yo, this person paid 1,500. It doesn't make sense. 5. I'm sorry guys for my reaction. The loan was just 600,000. The person ended up paying this amount, and then look how much more did they pay. Let's continue. It's okay. Then we have another one. Number 4. Mr. Phetoane buys a car for 280,000. He pays 20,000 in cash and takes out a bank loan for the balance. Okay? The bank charges the interest of that. So it means, guys, this person, Mr. Phetoane, the cost of the car was 280,000. Then he decided to pay, let me just pay somartlar 20,000. So 280,000 minus 20,000. So it means the present value, the PV will be 260,000. He has to work on this. He have to work on that. Ne? Then the interest is 15%, so it's 15 over 1.2. Then the loan is 4.1. The loan is repaid over 6 years. So your N is 6 multiplied by 12. which is 72, then the insurance company offers him the car insurance where he pays 2.1 per month for the car insurance. So calculate the monthly repayments if the loan is repaid over 6 years, excluding the insurance. We want to know how much he pays, excluding the insurance. Okay, let's check. So it's present value, so it's X is equals to PV multiplied by I over 1 minus 1 plus I negative N. Then is 260,000 multiplied by the interest 15 over 1.2 over 1 minus 1 plus 15 1.2 negative 72. Then I got the answer of 5,497.70. This is what he pays per month for 6 years for this car, excluding the insurance. So let's see when they include insurance. You're just going to add the values 5,497.70 plus 2.1. Then including insurance, it will be 7,597.70. This is what he is going to pay for the car. Right, how much money would be paid in total? Remember I said if they ask you this question, we're just going to multiply the monthly payment with the period. So it's going to be, the total is going to be, let's use without insurance. Let's assume, because they said excluding insurance, it's going to be 5,497.70 multiplied by how many payments? 72 payments. Then the answer is going to be 395,834.40. So this is what he is expected to pay after 6 years. I mean over 6 years, while the loan was just 260,000. Good. Let's continue. We have this one, Zia. Zia buys a house for 950,000. He pays 20% deposit in cash. It's just like this the previous scenario, but there they just used the amount. Here they've given you the percentage. It means you have to calculate the 20% of the 950,000. Then let me just make space here. Good. So the interest is that. So you're going to say what? This is your PV. PV is 950,000 multiplied by, oh, I'm sorry, let me just firstly find out how much he paid in cash. 20% of 950,000, so it's going to be 0.2 multiplied by 950,000. then you get 0.2 multiplied by that, you get 190,000. This is what he paid in cash. So we want to know the balance for the loan. So it's going to be 950,000 minus the 19,000. Sorry, the 190,000. Then it means the present value, the loan that he has to repay over 20 years in monthly installments, is going to be 760,000. This is the present value. Then the interest is 15.5 over 1.2. Then you calculate x. X is equals to PV multiplied by I. Then I'm sorry. I'm making mistakes. 1 minus 1 plus I negative n. Then it's 760,000 multiplied by 15.5 over 1.2 all over 1 minus 1 plus 15.5 over 1.2 exponent negative. Oh, the n, I forgot to write. N is 20 times 12. 20 times 12, which is 240. Yeah, it means Zia has to make 240 payments. Negative 240. Then you punch in a calculator. You get your x. Then it means he's going to pay 10,289.49 monthly pay. That's the monthly payment. Then the second one, determine the balance now, the outstanding balance, guys, of the loan at the end of 10 years, immediately after the 120th installment. So guys, for the outstanding balance, I forgot to mention it when I started the video. Outstanding balance is the same as PV, but it's the outstanding balance, the OB. Is equals to x 1 minus 1 plus I negative n over I. But now, ladies and gentlemen, this n now represents, for outstanding balance, is the number of remaining payments, the number of remaining payments. How do you get the number of remaining payments? Remember, they said at the end of 10, immediately after the 120th installment. So it means they want to know the balance when this person also but we 10 years. So they want to know the balance for the remaining 10 years, the other 10 years. So the subtraction, guys, you don't have to confuse yourself. N is equals to, remember there were 240 payments minus 120 payments. Then the remaining payments is what? 120. Then Ujafat, your x, you use the very same x, remember, it's the same thing. So it's going to be 10,289.49. 1 minus 1 plus the interest is 15.5 over 1.2 exponent negative what? Negative 120 all over 15.5 over 1.2. Then let's see how much is the balance. The balance is, you punch in a calculator, the balance is 625,000 841.47. It means this is the amount that is left for him to pay this loan. So as it's really over 10 years, so it means for the remaining 10 years, they would push to get to this amount, to this amount. Patel. All right. Number 6 is the same as that one. Let me just give you an idea. I'm not going to do it because of time. Number 6, Patel decides to renovate his house and takes out a loan for 110,000 to be able to pay for the renovations. So this is your PV. Let me just write here. PV is 110,000. Then the interest is 11 over, it's compounded monthly, 1.2. And then his agreement with the bank is to pay back the loan within 8 years. Within 8 years. So it's going to be 8 times 12, which is 8 times 12 is 96. So he must do 96 payments. And then you have to calculate X. You can get X. Then when you are done getting X, you're going to use that X, for the outstanding balance. Remember the balance at the end of 3 years, they want to know the remaining period. So it means you're going to do what? You're going to find N first. How many payments were there? 96 minus 36. Then the remaining period, you want to see the payment. So it means N is 60. Okay? Then you're going to use the very same X. Then it is your outstanding balance. You use the very same formula. But in replacement of N, you put the remaining period. Then the last question. Peter started saving for his 25th birthday by paying 500 quarterly. Calculate how much money he had saved. He had saved. So this one is not a loan. It's a future value annuity. This person is investing. Okay. The day he celebrated his 60th birthday, he made his first payment on the day he was 25. His last payment 3 months before. So this 3 months before is the same as like kudi months. 1 month before, 1 month after. It does not have any effect more in your Mona because 3 months, because now remember quarters, it's quarterly, and we've got 3 months in each quarter. So that's why it's any effect. More your period. Immediately, then if they said immediately and quarterly, then it means you're going to add 3, if I'm not mistaken. 3 in your But I will just check and then make another video in terms of this immediately, 3 months after, just to explain them further, because I'm also not sure about them. All right, then we have future value. It means, okay, you must firstly find your N. 60 minus 25. N is 35. Multiplied by 4. Remember, it's quarterly. Then 70 payments. Okay? Yeah, you were gonna add 3 if they said immediately in this case. Yeah. Then we have your interest as 10,4 over all over 400. Then we have what? We have x. We do not have x. We have to find x. And also we need the future value. So guys, this case is very different, because now this person is saving and it's compound interest. So we have to, I'm gonna use this equation. Future value is equals to, is equals to, in replacement of x, I'm going to compound it, because this person is saving, so there is a compounding effect on that value, on that 500. So it's going to be 500 1 plus 10,4 all over 1 point, why do I like 1.2 all over 400. Then that value is my x. Then I'm going to say, let me erase here. I'm going to say 1 plus the interest 10,4 400 exponent of 70 minus 1 all over 10.4 400. So be careful guys, because of this person is paying 500 quarterly, and it's more of like compound interest. So it means your x is not just 500. You have to compound it, and then you just punch in your calculator to get the answer. I'll just do more videos on this when I have so much information about it. And yeah, that's it guys. Thank you for watching my video. Please do not forget to like and subscribe, and expect more videos. I will try my best to learn more and also try to assist you. My name is the maths teacher, Mr. Morex, and thank you.